Hello, I'm Dr. Philip Phillips, Associate Dean of the University Honors College and Professor of English at Middle Tennessee State University. I want to share with you a wonderful study abroad opportunity that the Honors College is offering. Roma Aeterna, or Eternal Rome, is an intensive 2-week journey through the art, history, literature, and culture of Italy. We will explore sites that you've always heard about: the Colosseum, the Roman Forum, the Sistine Chapel, and some fascinating places that may be less familiar to you, like Ostia Antica and Ravenna. Every day of our trip, you will see astounding sights, gain knowledge, and encounter a new culture. The dates of the trip are June 1st through the 14th, 2025, and includes a full itinerary of activities. You'll see the antiquities of Rome, the Forum, Palatine Hill, the Pantheon, and the world-class museums of the Vatican. You'll experience the beautiful city of Florence. You'll tour the Uffizi Gallery and visit a working olive oil farm in Tuscany. You'll explore Pompeii and the stunning Byzantine mosaics of Ravenna. There are also ample opportunities to explore on your own. You can spend an afternoon at the beach in Ostia Antica, take a day trip to Venice or Pisa, or visit the thriving shopping and entertainment venues in Florence. Be sure to sample the local gelato each day of our visit. It's a course requirement. The trip is open to any honors-eligible student with a 3.25 or higher GPA. There's an application process with a required essay describing your reasons for wanting to go to Italy. Space is limited to 20 students, so the earlier you apply, the greater your chances of being accepted. This course counts as UH 3500, which is a required course for honors minors. It can also be substituted for other courses with departmental approval. Students of any major can go and have gone on this trip and have been transformed in the process. Whether you're in the honors program or not, our honors advisors can help you determine how this class can fit into your schedule. Traveling with the Honors College allows you to experience a grand adventure safely with seasoned guides and MTSU staff to offer you support. To prepare for immersion into Italy, we will have 4 class meetings in the weeks leading up to the trip. In these meetings, we will have discussions about the 4 books we'll read for the course: Virgil's Aeneid, The Consolation of Philosophy by Boethius, Dante's Inferno, and Vita Nuova. These books are foundational to any well-rounded education and will enrich our visit to Italy. Now I'd like to introduce you to one of my former students who participated in the Honors in Italy Study Abroad program. Rachel Boer joined the trip in 2022 while working on her degree in Japanese language. Welcome, Rachel. What were some of your reasons for signing up for the Honors in Italy program?
Well, I'd have to say first and foremost that I have never ever been disappointed by an opportunity or an event that was hosted by the Honors College. It's everything that I have ever participated in has always been extremely rewarding and beneficial, not only to me, but I was also able to give back to people around me. Furthermore, we know each other so well, you being my thesis director and my mentor for a few of my research projects. I knew that any class that you taught would also be extremely enjoyable and rewarding. Also, it fulfilled a study abroad credit that I needed for my global studies minor. And furthermore, being a Japanese major with an English minor, I thought that this would give me a great opportunity to branch out from English literature and Japanese literature into the realm of classical Italian literature. So I was extremely excited to read Boethius and Virgil and Dante. I hadn't had the opportunity to read Dante in high school, so I was looking very much forward to that.
What were some of your best memories from the trip?
I have so many. It's hard to choose just a couple. I would have to say that every city that we visited had its own unique historic charm. And I felt like that by the end of the trip that I had a permanent crick in my neck because everything was just so massive. I was always looking up. From walking the ruins of the Roman Forum and visiting St. Peter's Basilica and being able to go underneath the basilica to the Pope's sepulchre and then traveling to various other cities, and in Ravenna specifically, which is the home of some of the world's last mosaics, and then seeing this unimposing brick building and walking inside and seeing the hundreds of mosaic stars all across the walls and realizing what Dante's inspiration was for the stars. But I think that some of my most memorable times were with the people that I went with. I was able to interact with peers across all academic disciplines, people I wouldn't have normally interacted with and became friends with and am still friends with today. And going out into a foreign culture and experiencing that culture firsthand together and trying to fumble through the language and the everyday activities and ordering a meal, it just kind of created a bond between all of us. And I really think that that was probably one of the best results of this trip for me.
What about funding? Were you able to apply for scholarships and fellowships to help you pay for the trip?
So there are actually many funding opportunities that I was not previously aware of. As an honors Buchanan Transfer Fellow, there's a separate funding pool for study abroad only, and I did not previously know about that. So that was extremely helpful going on this trip. For any other Buchanan Fellows or Buchanan Transfer Fellows, that funding is there. And if you are not a Buchanan Fellow or Buchanan Transfer Fellow, there are other opportunities that you can apply for within the Honors College. There's a Study Abroad Scholarship, there's the Hannah Harris Study Abroad Scholarship, and outside the Honors College, I was able to apply for the Commitment Scholarship and the Media Scholarship. And furthermore, if you are a Pell recipient or a Lottery Hope Scholarship recipient, you can also use a portion of your funding for this study abroad as long as you register for 6 credit hours during the summer. And Honors A-Turn gets you halfway there.
What encouragement can you give to students who may be considering the Honors in Italy trip?
I would have to say to any student who has ever considered study abroad, don't hesitate on this trip. This is an extremely rare opportunity to go and experience a culture with the safety of faculty who have had much experience going abroad. And I do understand that there are many fears and questions that come involved with going abroad. Will I have enough money to go? My major has nothing to do with Italian literature. How is this going to give me class credit? I've never been abroad before, so I'm nervous to go. Is it dangerous? Or what if I have medical issues? What do I do? The one thing I can tell you is that the Honors College and the advisors and the faculty here have all of those resources and answers for you. And even from my own personal experience, I had a medical issue while I was abroad. What do? I contacted my faculty advisors. They contacted a doctor who came to see me and treat me in the hotel room, and they stayed with me until I felt better. So I would say that I had full confidence in the people that were there guiding me. I was able to connect with peers that I would have never interacted with before. And I would just suggest to anyone who is even thinking about going to not hesitate and to go on this trip, because I regret nothing and I'm so grateful that I went.
Thank you, Rachel.
You're welcome, Dr. Phillips.
So, you've decided you want to go. What are your next steps? Go to the Honors in Italy homepage and complete the trip application. Apply also for pre-approval with the Office of Education Abroad. Once you apply, our office will send you information about potential scholarships. There are quite a few organizations that offer funding for study abroad. You may be surprised at how much the cost can be covered for you. Certainly don't pass up this opportunity just because you aren't sure if funding will be there. Also, speak to your honors advisor for ideas and guidance on seeking out scholarships. I sincerely believe this trip could be life-changing for anyone who participates, and I encourage you to consider it strongly. If you have questions, email us at uhc@mtsu.edu. I hope to hear from you soon.